So many sauces, so little time. Got my favorite, got a new one to try right there, got the wife's favorite, got a classic. Looks like we're making some shredded barbecue beef today. Gonna go ahead and show you guys how I made this. It's really tender and juicy. Really excited to eat this later today. It turned out really well. Early morning, getting these ready to go on the Franklin Offset Smoker. Planning on cooking these and getting these so that they can be used for barbecue sandwiches. That's kind of my thought here. Shred them up and use them for that. Really simple with these. No actual trimming required. No real prep work. I did dry brine these starting yesterday. Salted them pretty heavy. Got them all ready for that. So really happy with how the dry brine turned out. And now I just need to get a little bit of seasoning on them and get them in the smokers. I don't normally use different rubs for meat like this, but today I'm just going to use the Big Daddy Hills Texas brisket rub. Haven't used it in a long time. Typically I'll just do salt and pepper mixture on these. Today I decided to change it up and try this out again and throw it on there and see how it tastes with it. Get them on the smoker, get them going, start at the lower temperature and kind of work my way up. Once they hit the stall, once they hit around 160, 165, 170, I'll probably wrap them with butcher paper, throw them back on the smoker and finish them out until they're done. With chuck roast, I found that going off of just feel is what I use to know when they're done. When I pick them up and they just feel like a moist, soft sponge, that's when I know that they're done. It's going to be somewhere in the range of 195 to 204. Somewhere in there is when they're done. Season this one here. Method that you want to choose for cooking meat really depends upon the muscle that it comes from, how the muscle is used by the cow. Is it a muscle that not really used a lot? Is it mostly just dormant, or is it a muscle that you use done? Like a chuck roast. Chuck roast comes from the cow's shoulder. By coming from the shoulder, it gets used a lot, which actually helps with the flavor and increases flavor of meat. It doesn't help with tenderness. The way you overcome the tenderness, dry aging for a minimum of 21 days, and then also ability to cook it low and slow and get it so that all that fat renders and get the juices in the meat and get the proteins to break down. And that also requires time too, low and slow, but then also just that time and getting it up to the right temperature so that all that can break down and make the meat flavorful but also tender. We make it so it shreds apart and it's still juicy. I'm just using the yellow mustard as a slather, a light amount, rub it around, really simple, and then just putting some rub on. Don't want to go too heavy. Don't want to take away from the natural flavoring, but also make sure to get the size. Now they're all seasoned. They got the rub on. They're all ready to go. Gonna go put them on the smoker. Start at around 255 to 260 degrees on the Franklin. Time I finish them up, they'll probably be 275, 280, maybe even 285. Out here now just to check on the chuck roast real quick. See how they're coming along. Give them a quick spritz. It's starting to dry out. It's been a little bit over 3 hours now. It's been a cold, windy morning, so it's made it challenging keeping the temps consistent and keeping them up, but we're plugging along and we're going to get this done. So I'll be back to check on them soon. Chuck roasts have been in the Franklin Offset for 6 hours now. They got a really nice bark to them, really great color. This is one of them. I've already got the first 3 wrapped. This is the 4th one. They all look just like this. Awesome color, awesome bark. Now that I've got the bark sit in, got all that smoke I want, I'm just going to spritz it real quick and just wrap it with some butcher paper. And the purpose of this is just to preserve all the remaining juices in the meat and just keep it as juicy and tender as possible until finished cooking. Nothing too complicated here, just fold the paper over and wrap it up. I'm out here to check on the progress and the status of the chuck roast. Each one's probably going to finish a little bit differently. Just picking them up. You want to feel them, kind of bend them a little bit, see if they feel like a wet sponge. This one does. This one I kind of expected to be finished first. I put these strategically in the hot spots based upon their size. Knowing my cooker right down the middle is the hottest. The back corner there is the coolest. Up here is a little bit cooler. Back there is by far the coolest. I put the smallest one back there, bigger ones in the middle, and then I put one up here also. I expect the ones in the middle to be done first. This one, that back one will be the last one to be done. This one feels like a sponge, feels done. It's squishy and it's springy. Gonna go ahead and pull that one. This one actually feels done also. All these are temping at around like 200 to 202, and this one definitely feels done. Very springy on that one. Feel the back one. Yeah, this one still has a while to go. But those 2 are done. My philosophy is every cow is different. Every piece of meat is different. Every animal is different. So therefore, none of them are going to cook the same. It can never be expected that they finish the same. You just have to kind of go off of feel. Temperature doesn't always tell you when they're done. Pick them up, feel them. Does it feel squishy? Does it feel like it's soft and tender? If it does, then it's probably done. Get it wrong, then maybe it's not quite as tender this time, and you can just learn for next time. Chuckos are finished dressing. I've got the first one unwrapped in here. Really nice color to it. Really good bark. I really enjoy it. Lots of juices in here. The thing is just falling apart. I mean, just getting it out of the butcher paper, and the thing just pull apart on its own. Really excited for this one. Gonna go ahead and just start shredding it up. We know the goal with this was to make barbecue beef sandwiches, and so that's what we're gonna shred it up and just get it ready for that. It's just pulling right apart. No effort at all getting these apart. These bear claws are just shredding this, which is awesome. The thing smells really good too. One of the things when you've done enough barbecue, you can tell how it's gonna be just by the smell of it. I'm actually gonna go ahead and just try one of these real quick. Yeah, tastes good, tastes right on, tastes got a good flavor to it. It's definitely got some tenderness to it. Want to try some? Of course, I always have my assortment of Big Daddy Hill sauce just hanging around people to choose from, to choose between. There it is. And that's it. So I'm just going to finish shredding up these other ones, and then we're going to go ahead and enjoy this.